if you're looking to make a super cute baby set, this video's for you. I don't get the opportunity to really talk a lot about baby stuff or, make stuff for babies, but today I do. My mother-in-law had asked me if I would make a baby blanket, and I just kind of got free reign over what I made. So I just want to take a minute and show you what I did. I started with the blanket, and I didn't have a lot of baby yarn in my stash. And I'm totally kicking myself because I don't have the label in front of me or know where the label is, but I do need to find it. I do know that this yarn is washer and dryer safe. It is baby yarn, so it's, it's going to be durable. This is in this really pretty jade color, and I have a video that came out of my shell in the round. I did a teal one for a wedding present for someone, and that was with an ombre. I really, really liked the pattern, and so I will link the video of the original creator where she teaches the technique of it. If that's something you want to see, I'm just doing it in one solid color. The original video had color changes and stuff in it, so I don't know. I guess if you want to see how I did it, if you don't like that one, let me know. But that video will teach you how to do it, and she does a really, really good job. So anyway, I used up 2 skeins of the jade baby yarn here, and I mean, it's kind of like doing a big granny square. You start right here in the middle and just keep working out. It's a 2-row repeat, so you have your shells, and then the next row is like it's chain stitches, like more of a placeholder in there. You can see one of my chains right there. So yeah, you just keep working out, and the corners have like the little double area right there. So I only had 2 skeins of the jade, but it is a baby blanket, so it doesn't need to be super large by any means. And then I struggled to find a border color for it, and I had this Caron Simply Soft in strawberry, and so I thought that would be fun to put with that. They're just brighter colors, and it is a baby girl. They do know what the baby is gonna be, so I thought this worked well, and I just did 3 rows for the border. So my original shell, and that just wasn't enough. It just seemed too small, so I did 1 row then of the chains, and then a 2nd row of shells. So I am very pleased with how this turned out. By the time you see this, I will have sent it already. I don't, I just like to keep things secret, until they actually receive it. So here is the blanket. Very, very simple. I mean, it's a beautiful stitch, and I think that it looks like it's harder than it is. Definitely beginner, intermediate beginner could definitely do this, and of course you could use whatever yarn you want. This is very cushy and soft because it's baby yarn, so I'm pleased with that. But I had a little bit of extra of the strawberry, so I did make this hat, and there is something about newborn hats that is so stinking cute. It's the size, it's got to be the size. So I made kind of like a little turban style here, and I really like how this turned out. I did not have a pattern for this, so I started with my is it magic circle or magic ring? Whatever you call it. I started with that, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, and then I did increase for 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds after that of the doubles. And then at that point I went ahead and did not an increase. I just started doing the same amount there, but I did them in the back loop. So 1, 2, 3 rows of double crochet in the back loop, and it just gave it a little more texture. I do love the Caron Simply Soft because it has a little bit of that sheen to it. So I don't know if you can see, there you go, like the ribs right there from, if I turn the back, there is a slight seam in the back because I have not mastered that technique of not having a seam. But I don't think that's terribly noticeable at all. And with the cute little turban aspect, you're not going to get the front and the back confused. So yeah, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, yes, 3 rows in the back loop of double crochets. And then I did 1, 2, 3 rows of single crochet. And I did those in the back loop too, just to make you know, more of a brim for it. What you do to make the little turban knot there is I just used my yarn needle and put a good amount of yarn on it and just brought it through just to gather it just the slightest amount. You could take the whole, you know, front piece up and gather it. Let's see, how do I show that without having my hands in the way? You could gather it up, you know, quite a bit more if you wanted to, which would also be really cute, but I just wanted to have it a little more subtle there. So I really like how my little newborn turban turned out, and I still had a little bit more yarn, so I made some little booties. This is, I think, the 3rd successful attempt at making booties. I had a few attempts that were not remotely successful. The first ones I made look like potatoes. It didn't help that I was making them in a brown color. So yeah, maybe don't do that. But I will link the tutorial that I followed for these. I think it's a pretty good tutorial. This is worsted weight, and I think that the yarn she used was chunky. So I used worsted weight, and then I used a 4.25 millimeter hook for these. But they were really simple, and with the Caron Simply Soft, they are very soft. They weren't terribly hard to do either. I will say with booties, you really do want to like watch your tension and everything, so you don't make 2 different sizes or make them like odd shaped. So I guess my advice would be if you want to make some for a gift, try a few ahead of time and get your technique down a little bit. I'm sure there are people out there who can make way more skilled booties and make them, you know, a little bit cleaner and crisper, but I still really like the way these turned out. They're kind of like little Ugg boots, just by the shape and everything. They've got like the little row on there, the ribbing. So yeah, I am very happy with how this little set turned out, and I hope that the recipient likes it, because I definitely had fun making it. Check the description for links, and I will also put in the description box a link that you can click on where I have created some gift tags that you can print out. I would maybe consider doing it on a cardstock. And then you can cut them out and then fill in, so it's got, you know, like made especially for you, and then you know, it has the washing instructions and stuff like that. But yeah, if you click on that link, you can sign up for an email list from me, and I'm not going to spam you. It's just kind of if you've seen some of my chat and crochet videos, you know I'm working on eventually putting a whole website together, but right now this is what I'm doing. So if you want to get some free downloadable printables, this is how you would do it. Go ahead and sign up for my email list, and then you will get that. And every so often, like maybe every month or something, I will go ahead and send out any of those PDFs that I've created during that month if you've already signed up for the list. So you can have any of those. So yeah, go ahead and do that if that is your thing. If not, that is cool too. But I really appreciate you talking yarn with me today, and I hope this inspired you to create something of your own. If you do like talking about yarn and crochet and all sorts of projects and hauls, I would love it if you would subscribe, leave me a comment below. You guys have a great day. Thanks, guys.